Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I'm working on a resin piece and I'm using a 16-inch birchwood canvas. I mixed my resin with the hardener, stirred it for about 5 minutes or so till it was clear and relatively bubble free. I let it sit for about 5 minutes to get rid of some additional bubbles, and I am working in a ventilated area, my garage actually. I do have my mask, so I'm doing this voiceover and hopefully it works. I have my aspirator on and my goggles and my gloves, of course. Getting the resin on your skin is not pleasant, and I definitely do not want to inhale any fumes. Even though it says it's fume free, um, you do need to take precautions with when you're using or working with resin. So I'm just coating my canvas with that resin just to give it an additional layer. And then I'll be using 4 colors actually. I have a red, black, there is a white in there as well as a gold, and those are all the resin pastes that I mixed into a cup full of that resin mixture. Mixed them really, really well. And then here I'm just doing a ring pour using a 3-section cup. In the center is where I placed black, then a layer of the white, and then black again. But as I'm pouring this, I'm noticing the white is kind of being swallowed up. I had not expected that. And I think I should have made that red a little bit darker. It's actually a lot lighter than I had hoped for. Let me know what you think. Do post your comments. Those are always so greatly appreciated. So what I want to do now is actually take the heat gun to it, blow out some additional bubbles that do form or are already there in that resin mixture, popping those out so they do not appear, um, you know, or pucker or create dimples in the finished product. So you definitely want to take the heat gun to this. You can use a torch as well. I like using the heat gun. It seems that I have more control over that. Where the torch, if you leave it for too long, it may burn some of that resin, and definitely do not want that effect. So just again, using the heat gun, going around, trying to get as many bubbles as I can out of the composition. I have it on a turntable, but I'm going to try tilting it first. And I love how that gold is expanding. I'm not really sure how much of it will continue to show. I think that as it dries, the luster and the richness of that gold will become more prominent. But as it is right now, it's a little bit more muted. The red, as I said, is a little bit brighter than I thought. It's almost a fiery red, but let's see what happens. And here I just want to touch up my sides, the diameter of that circle, to make sure that the resin is coating the side so that the canvas is, is not showing as much, that wooden canvas that I'm using. As it dries, it probably will just have a translucent effect almost, even though the paints are the opaque, whereas if you use the mica powder, which I have, and I love the brilliance of the mica powder, and I'll probably do an ocean scene or an ocean pour sometime in the near future. But right now, I'm just working with the paste rather than the mica pour. And again, just measuring out a little bit of the paste into your resin mixture, and you can add more. But it's usually about a 1-to-5 ratio from the paste or the mica to the actual resin pour. It does affect the pour or the composition when you're adding too much of a certain color, or if you don't stir it well enough, that also would affect it. I've made several attempts with the resin. Again, just trying to perfect this type of technique, which I've done a couple before off camera, and I love the effect and of the resin. Just taking it for a spin, trying to expand that gold a little bit here. The red is becoming translucent where it meets that black, so it's got this ethereal feel to it. whereas in contrast to that gold against the black, is almost galactic in nature. I'll try to take you in for a close-up so you can see what's going on with that gold against that black base. And here you can see the reflection of the camera, and there I am in my mask. You can see the reflection on the on that birchwood canvas. All right, so just spinning it out just to see where it goes. So what I definitely want to do is take you in for a close-up. Do leave your comments. What you're seeing on the left there is a previous piece I had done. I just finished resin, putting resin on that and added a little bit of bling. So we'll see. It is dry, so I just kind of put it up against the side. You definitely want to cover up your work with a cardboard box, netting perhaps, to avoid any dust or little flies or gnats or what have you. They do tend to like the resin. I've ruined a few pieces like that, so make sure you cover it when you're finished using that heat gun and you're satisfied with the composition. Again, taking that heat gun to it again, since I did spin it, trying to avoid some bubbles. As I said, I do not want them to show up later. So let me just continue blowing this out a little bit. I hope you're all doing well. Please do leave your comments, hit that subscribe, like button. Your support is so greatly appreciated. I thank you each time you join me on my journey. And today, just working with some resin, making sure I have all my gear on. Don't want to hear my son admonish me for not taking precautions, because resin is toxic, so you definitely want to be prepared. I know it says no PVOs or fumes or what have you, but as I'm stirring it, I do notice sometimes little tiny bubbles will escape into the air. And obviously, if you're not wearing protective gear, those will make their way into your nose, your eyes, your mouth, what have you. So do take precaution. And again, just using the resin, 1 part resin to 1 part hardener, and then stirring it up. There are directions that come with the resins that you choose, so read those carefully and take precautions. Taking you for a close-up, you can see how that black is peering through the red, and here you're actually seeing a reflection. I apologize. I was trying to get you in to see what was going on, but you're seeing the top of my garage door here. But you see how shiny it is. And here's that galactic feel. You do get a sense of it right here, like the galaxy. It's really, really quite breathtaking, actually. Love. It's almost a cloudy effect here. Real pretty.